What's going on, guys? OddManMC back at you with upgrading our village here, and today we're going to upgrade these market stalls. Now overall, the vanilla design of these market stalls are not too bad, but I think we can upgrade these a little bit and make them look a little bit more, I don't know, modern? Okay, maybe not modern, but at least a little more upgraded. Also, to make a point, I'm going into this with no concepts designed at all. I wanted to see what I could come up with off the cuff and just, build for fun and see what happens. So the first thing we need to do is probably just take these all down a bit. So looking at this area, I think we're going to move these lampposts over so that way they go along with the paths that we've already started building. I'm going to leave the farms here because I think we'll design some different farms in a different video, but I want to give us a little bit more. So I'm going to flatten out this area a little bit more and give us just a little bit more room to work with. All right, that is a little bit better. We got a little bit more room to work with. So now let's figure out what materials we want to use. And I'm also going to mark out where I want these market stalls to be. Okay, so this is what I'm going to start out with. I'm going to use the oak trapdoors, some barrels, white and red banners, some oak fence gates and oak fences, some stone brick walls, a smoker, campfire, flower pot, 3 different kinds of candles. I'm using white, black, and gray, the amethyst cluster, grindstones, armor stands, oak slabs, and wool. You can use any color. I'm just going to try white for now and see how it goes. And this is the layout I decided to go with. I decided to make them a little wider. I think these are a couple blocks wider on each side, and I wanted to give them some more space because in the center is where we're going to put the bell, and maybe we'll do a different kind of bell design, but I think this would be a good kind of layout because it gives us a little bit more room and you can interact by bringing the paths through and connecting everything up together. So the first one I'm thinking of would be kind of like our butcher or meat seller. Maybe they're selling smoked meats or something like that. So I just want to top off the edges with some stone brick walls and maybe some fences, which I kind of wish they would connect, but this kind of works out in our favor. And I'll add the gate, and I wanted to see, does the campfire go on top? It does. Ooh, that's kind of nice. So actually we'll string the campfires across like so, and we'll put these out. So overall, that's not too bad. I do think it's a little high, but let's see how we like it, and we can kind of go from there. All right, next we're going to start building up the front for the awning. So we're going to take our oak fences and build them up by, I think, 3 on each side. That looks good. Yep, that's a good height. And then we'll connect with some oak fence gates on the sides and throw our oak fence in the middle. And ooh, I like that. I like that this part hangs down because we could easily hang a banner off of that and we could get a lot more. But I'm not liking the campfire, so I think we'll take these down for a second and just put them down here. So it's a little lower than what I want, but you could also, if you're using the statue mod or anything like that, you could have stuff hanging from up here. It wouldn't be too bad, but I think this will actually be a good starting point. All right, now let's work on the back a little bit. I decided that a nether fence or a wall wouldn't work here very well because it doesn't have any connection with fences. So I thought I would add some regular stone bricks, and then we're going to leave a little bit of a gap going this way with some fences. So that way the marketer can actually have some room to stand. And I think this actually works really well. And let's add some more detail by just adding some gates because it just adds that much more to it. And let's add some trapdoors like so, because then we can get in and out of the stall pretty well. I think that works really well. And then I think we can build up the same design of the front going this way, just like so. Whoops. Adding the gates going sideways, because I think we'll add some more banners going around. So we had the white banner on the front, just like so. So let's add the red right here on the sides, and oh, I like that. Okay, so let's add that to the back as well. Whoops, get rid of that one. And the white banner, this. Ooh, I like that. I don't like the fact that it's not connected, but from the front, ooh, this looks really good. What if we top this off then with some oak slabs and just make them look, ooh, super nice. Just kind of fancy them up a bit and maybe connect them up like so. We could fill it all in essentially, because that kind of helps with it, but we don't want it to be too overcrowded. And honestly, that looks pretty good. And now we can just add some final details. So I gotta add a flower pot and add my blue orchid, because you guys know it's my favorite flower in the game. And we'll just add some raw pork chops there, just kind of hanging out, some cod and maybe some steak with it. You know, we're not worried about cross-contamination here in Minecraft. We got some chicken in there as well. And overall, that's looking really good. I was curious if we could replace this or something over here with the smoker, because I think that would add so much more. And then we could build like a little chimney kind of coming off of it like this. Like, maybe, is this too much? Honestly, ooh, that looks really good. So if we take a lit campfire and some spruce trapdoors, maybe we can make this look even better. I'm gonna give that a try and we'll see how it looks. Oh yeah, I think that just adds so much more to this build. Oh, I wish I had the armor mod installed, because then I could do these stands and stuff, but overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And this guy liked what we were doing so much that he decided to show his face in my village. We can't be having that. Honestly, the wandering trader showing up with his llamas, which gives us leads. By the way, if you want to see my leads video, go click the card up in the top right corner. It kind of gave me an idea of something else we could do with the next stall. So if you guys have ever played Skyrim, which it's been on almost every single gaming console for the last, like, what is it, almost 20 years now? Maybe less than that. But there is a tribe of cat type creatures in that game called Khajiit, and they have some tents around the game where you can buy goods from them. And I thought, ooh, a tent area for general goods would be a perfect spot. So I think we're gonna put that right here. So we're going to start off by making this tent a little bit smaller than our one that we did in our previous video where I show you how to make a campsite. Card for that is up in the top right corner as well. But if you want to check that out, go see that. But we're going to make it just a little bit smaller and kind of build off the front a little bit. Kind of like what we did with this stall over here, and just build up with these fences just to make it a little taller. And honestly, I think that's good. And we'll put another one right here. And I think we could grab some of these gates and add those in as well. Let's see how this looks. So we kind of keep the same kind of design up front. Ooh, that looks good, because we can always add some more of these, but I think we'll take this same design and put it in the back, kind of keeping with that, and we'll add some more detail from there. All right, I added in that on the back just to match the front, and I added in some extra support from the oak fences, and I think what we're gonna do is make this one blue and yellow. I think that sounds really good for some general goods, and we can do the same on the back, and then we can kind of start adding in where we want their chest to be. I think they'll have a chest where they hold all their goods, and maybe they'll have some crystals and some flower pots sitting out front that you can kind of observe and see, ooh, what they're selling and all that kind of stuff. And there we go. We've got some final decorations in. I put some candles in, a barrel for them to hold any of their inventory, a crystal from an amethyst, and mysterious mushroom, maybe from another world, and then some glowing item frames just to kind of showcase different items maybe you could get from these guys. Nothing too special, like an iron sword and some leather pants. And I think, what did I make this one? I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, it was mending. Okay, this could be another way to get mending, but maybe that's a little too broken. Crossbow and some shields as well. I think this turned out really good. Shout out to Skyrim and Bethesda for the inspiration on this one. I'm really happy with how these two have turned out. So now we've just got one more to do. So for the final market stall, I think we'll make this one just a little bit smaller than the other two. We'll still keep the same design of the stone brick walls and the oak fences going to the oak fence gates, and then just make it a little smaller in here, because we could leave the back open, but I think this would be a great place to kind of have a potion salesman like you would see in other video games of some sort, kind of like Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which I've been playing quite a bit on my Switch, humble brag. So I've been thinking, oh, this would be really cool because you could get your potions here, and you could also get different kinds of potions from the cauldron. So you'd pay a fee or give them an emerald, and you'd come in and scoop up into your potion bottle what you would get. I think, oh, this would look really good. So I don't know, I'm gonna play around with some different designs of decorations, and I'll see what I come up with in a second. And there we go. I think the potion cart is good to go. So what I did was I just kind of kept a similar design to this cart over here, but I just left the middle open and added some spruce trapdoors, put some weeping vines hanging down. And because I'm on Java and we're not in Bedrock and I can't put potions in cauldrons, I decided to just do water, powdered snow, and lava just for the effect, and then a campfire here. I wish we could put mushrooms. If we could get like seasoned mushrooms or something from putting them on campfires at least, that would be nice, but I just put potatoes because it kind of worked out. And then I figured purple and white work for a good color scheme, but overall, I think this one turned out really good. And the last thing to do is probably just spruce this place up by connecting the paths and adding the bell in the center, and I think we're good to go. And after that quick time lapse and some custom tree builds with shaders, this looks phenomenal. I am so happy with how this turned out. I am building this in 1.17, so I finally got to use the moss blocks, the moss carpet. I also added some cobble stairs so I could add some little puddles so like water was collecting when it rains. And oh, this just looks so good. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Oh man, if you guys have a favorite part of this video at all, please let me know in the comments down below. Alright guys, that is all the time I have for you today. Remember, you can follow me on all forms of social media, but it really helps out if you guys like and subscribe to the channel, because I think about 98% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so please consider subscribing. But I'm going to get on out of here, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. So always remember, the most important thing is to be odd and wash your hands. Peace, guys.